Hey YouTube, in light of recent events that happened with the shooting last night and the shooting on Saturday, I am deeply sorry, and my thoughts and the prayers of my family go out with the prayers of everybody out there, especially the prayers of those who didn't make it. And I want to give a big thanks to all of the EMS personnel that was out there last night, the firefighters, the police, and everybody who helped out last night with the incident. It's a big old tragedy for Orlando. Sorry it's not a spunky video, but this is what EMS is about. This is what being a paramedic and being an EMT is all about, or being an officer or being a firefighter. We go out, we look at the things that people don't want to see. While everybody's running away, we are running towards the danger. While everybody is trying to get saved with their families, we have to leave ours behind, and we have to run to the danger zone. This is not an easy thing to do, not for us, not for our families. The events that happened last night is just horrific. But it's things that we live with as EMTs and paramedics, firefighters and cops. We got to live with the ghosts in our lives. The things that we see, we can't unsee. Things that we do, we can't undo. When you get into this line, into this field, when you get into this field, it's one of those things where you lay it all on the line, or you don't. You have to have each other's backs, and it doesn't matter if you're mad at each other. It doesn't matter what's going on. At the moment that counts, you have each other's back. We see each other a lot more than we see our families. Some people go to work for 8 hours, 12 hours a day. We go to work 24/7. We get called in when mass shootings happen. This also go for doctors and nurses, emergency room workers. It's a 24/7 job, and it's just heartbreaking because a lot of people don't understand what we do for a living. A lot of people see us going to the grocery store and see the firefighters going to the grocery store and buying dinner for that day that they're probably not going to get to eat because they're answering calls, emergency calls, or they see our ambulances parked somewhere and they have no idea if we just ran a critical call where a child died, or whether we just had a really bad night where we had critical calls after critical calls after critical calls. Or police officers, they have no idea how many times they've had to get into a situation where they've had to pull out their gun, and then afterwards they got to go out and do another call. And a lot of people out there don't understand what we do. A lot of people out there think that we're on vacation, that we should sit there and it's just 24 hours of sitting around a station, or 12 hours of sitting around and doing nothing. It's not like that. It's what, like I said before, what we see, we cannot unsee. And we take this home, and a lot of us, not me, but I do have a lot of friends in the fire department, a lot of friends in the police departments, and the private ambulance services that that came in from being sent overseas as Marines or in our armed forces, and just suffer from PTSD, and our own paramedics and our own EMTs and police officers and firefighters. Well, there's a lot of us that suffer from PTSD. If you don't know what that is, that's post-traumatic stress disorder. And even though that's going on in a lot of their heads, they still go out there and they give it 100%, and they do what they have to do. They go out there, they put their life on the line just to get ridiculed sometimes on TV by the news, just to sit there and have their lives being torn, and get called lazy and get called abusers. Just because there's a few bad apples doesn't mean that the entire bunch is messed up. We go through things in our personal lives, our personal ghosts. I know you heard me say that word ghost before, but when you're an EMT, when you're a paramedic, officer of the law, or when you're a firefighter, it's horrible. The things you see, the things that you go home to, and then try to be a father or a husband. We don't, me, I've been blessed. I've been blessed that I haven't had anything so dramatic that I've become one of those EMTs. I've been very blessed with a great wife and a great family and great friends and faithful friends. But there's a lot of us that aren't, and there's a lot of us that turn to alcohol. There's a lot of us that turn to drugs, and yet we still go out every day and do our duty as firefighters and as EMTs, as paramedics, as police officers. I want to give a shout out to each and every single one of those guys. They go out and they do what they do, and think about your lives before they think about theirs. And as much safety as we put into our job, it's still extremely dangerous. That's why we all have to have each other's six. We all have to have each other's backs, because without one, the others don't work. Anyways, again, I'd like to send my sincere apologies to the families of those affected by this shooting and the shooting from yesterday. And it's just something that just hits close to home, and it's just horrible. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning, about 2 hours after it happened, and it's just it's mind-blowing. To all of you out there thinking of becoming EMTs, paramedics, firefighters, police officers, go for it. Embrace it. But make sure there's something that you want to really do, because, again, you can never unsee what you've seen in this job. And it's not an easy one, but it's a fulfilling job. So, as always, guys, I'll see you next time, and stay safe. Again, my prayers and the prayers of my family will go out to all of those out there in the community that were affected by this, and to our first responders. Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for being there when it seems like everybody's just against us. We still strive to do our best, and we still go out there and get the job done. So I thank you guys, and like I said, See you next time and stay safe.